What is going on, YouTube and Diablo fans? My name's Andreas, and as always, welcome back to Mana and Motherboards. So firstly, I would just like to extend a little bit of an apology to all of you, and that's just for the radio silence that has occurred recently. There's been a lot of things going on in real life, and life has just been a bit chaotic in general, so I haven't been able to put in as much effort and focus as much on the Diablo content and Mana and Motherboards as I would like. It has just been a crazy time, so my apologies for that. And with that being said, I would like to get into as regular sort of scheduling for content as possible and as close to what I have been outputting in the recent past. And I would just like to get back to sort of more regular scheduled viewing content. So that is just a little preface to this video and a little apology from my side. So with that being said, and moving along swiftly, today's video is basically just going to be a bit of a catch up on the season and how the season has been going for me so far, and how the game is feeling in general, and sort of the current state of the game in patch 3.2, season 14, all of that sort of stuff. So I've been playing my Tainted Warlock, and as many of you will know and will have seen, I've put out a lot of content throughout the course of this season on the Tainted Warlock and sort of many of its variations and budget setups, endgame setups, all of that sort of stuff. So if that is something that interests you, please have a look on the channel. There is plenty of content for that. And so far my season has been going really slowly. I mean, like I mentioned, I have not been able to play nearly as much as I would have liked to. And even with the sort of amount that I have been able to play, my luck has not been fantastic by any means. So I am only level 89.5 right now, so I'm really not that far into the end game whatsoever. And I've also got quite budget gear. I haven't really had any real fantastic drops. You can have a look at one of my other videos on 50 cow runs that I did to have a bit of an idea of the drops that I've managed to snag in this time, but there has not really been anything all that noteworthy and fantastic. So in terms of the gear that I've acquired, it is pretty budget and pretty sort of low level at the moment. So I'm just using a dual spirit. I've got a Shaco on, a Mara's Authority, Mortal King's Bolt of all things. I've got two sort of res rings, no faster cast rate or anything like that. I've got a Wraith Step with 1 to demon skills, a Mage Fist, a Telestaff on the offhand, a renewed Sundered Charm, a couple demon skillers, and the rest are just sort of resistance charms. So there really isn't anything that exciting in terms of my gear. I am hunting for wealth in order to get myself an Enigma. I think that will be the first sort of port of call and the most important thing for unlocking all of the Warlock builds in a general sense. Enigma is just such a powerful tool for any class really, so that is what I am after. But unfortunately I am just struggling to find any sort of wealth and GG drops or anything like that. So it's been a slow season, but I have to remember that it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Yes, we'd all like to find all the best stuff immediately, but that isn't really how RNG or Diablo works. So that is something I just need to be mindful of. I mean, at this point last season, I was already sort of a lot further along than I am right now. I had Enigma and fantastic gear, and it's just sort of a change in pace this season compared to the last one. So with my season and my sort of woes out of the way, let's focus a little bit more on what this season is like and how the Warlock is after all the changes that have occurred in patch 3.2, as well as just the bug fixes and changes that occurred, and how the season is feeling in general. So firstly, the game as a whole, I think we are sort of in a really nice spot right now. The Warlock is feeling really good after all of its bug fixes, balances, and changes. I think there is so much variety to the Warlock. There's probably about 4, 5, maybe even 6 S-tier builds for the Warlock, which no other class can really say. There are so many variants you can play that absolutely stomp players 1 even through to players 8 content in Hull. We have the Abyss Warlock, the Fire Warlock, the Tainted Warlock, 2 variants of Echoing Strike. We have hybrid variants of Echoing Strike and Tainted. We have a incredibly strong Bow Warlock. There are just so many really meta and off-meta powerful builds for the Warlock, and there's just so much diversity and variety with the Warlock and what you can do. It's really just sort of an evolution of a powerful class in the game and how it's been engineered and crafted into what it is today compared to the other classes that I think at this point in time could definitely use a bit of a revamp to bring them more in line with the current power level and sort of diversity level of the Warlock. So I think that the Warlock is in a really great state, and probably one of the few things that could make the game even better at the moment would be addressing some of the skills of the other classes to bring them more up to the diversity level of the Warlock currently. And yeah, there's so many strong S-tier builds. There are so many fun builds on the Warlock, even if they aren't S-tier, if they C-tier, B-tier, A-tier, all of that. There are just so many fun builds that you can enjoy and play when it comes to the Warlock, and in general all the other classes are feeling really good and really strong as well. It's great in this season to see the sort of bringing back of the Sorceress and the Paladin again, and people not only playing the Warlock and enjoying the other classes with the new systems and mechanics that have been introduced into the game, as well as the new items. It's just in general a really good place for Diablo 2 Resurrected to be at the moment. I just love how balanced everything is feeling, obviously with a bit of a bias towards the Warlock, but in general everything is feeling really good. And with that in mind, the new Herald system, the terror zones, the dropping of Sundered Charms, the statues for the ancients, Willstone shards, all of that is again feeling in a really great spot right now. And I think just that combined with how balanced the Warlock is feeling and just the game is feeling in general, I couldn't praise the Diablo 2 devs enough for the work that they've done for this current season. I think they really outdid themselves and sort of balanced everything so nicely in comparison to the first season where the Warlock was just so grossly overpowered. So they did a fantastic job. Well done to the Diablo devs, and I'm really excited to see where things go from here. I think that this is just a really well-rounded, well-balanced season, and the game is in such a good spot, and I'd like to get into a bit more details in another video of just some of the changes that have made and how they have affected the game. But overall, I'm just feeling really positive about the game at the moment, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below in how your season's been, what you think of the state of the game at the moment, and just how you sort of see things panning out for Diablo 2, because like we mentioned before, it seems like if we show interest in the game, Blizzard will give us more content down the line in the future. So I'm hoping that the enthusiasm is feeling strong, and at least from my community and what we have going on in our Discord channel, which you are very welcome to join. There will be a link in the description for that. And there's just a general positivity and good vibe within the community, and I'm really enjoying what Diablo 2 Resurrected is bringing to the table at the moment. And just something I had to personally remember for myself, even in a new season, it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. My luck hasn't been fantastic, but we are still grinding on in the time that we have, when we can, and I'm really just thoroughly enjoying the Warlock. I keep on thinking I want to play Abyss as well as this Tainted build. I'm thinking I might even start a solo self-found sort of Grail endeavor as well, and I'm just having an incredible amount of fun in the game at the moment. It's really feeling fantastic. So with that in mind, I'm definitely looking at getting back into the live streaming sort of scheduling next week, so please stay tuned for the live streams. I'd love to hang out with the community again, do some live streams, some games, some farming, all of that good stuff, and hopefully we will be putting out a lot more content in the near future. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Any likes, views, shares, all of that good stuff is always appreciated. And we'll catch you again very soon for some more Mana and Motherboards. Cheers.